She sat in the exclusive first-class lounge, elegance wrapped in silk and gold. Yet to them, she was nothing but an intruder. "Show your pass again!" the manager sneered, his suspicion louder than his words. Seconds later, security's hands clamped down, dragging her across marble floors as cameras captured every humiliating step. Gasps filled the air, but the silence that followed was deadlier, because the woman they dared to disgrace was the wife of a billionaire who could erase their airline with a single call. The Zenith Lounge at JFK was meant to be an oasis of calm. Soft leather seats gleamed under golden lights, and the air carried the faintest trace of citrus and espresso. It was here that Selena Carter, poised in a cream silk blouse, sat quietly reviewing notes for her foundation's latest clean water project in Africa. To anyone watching, she was a picture of elegance and calm. But to Gregory Mason, the lounge manager scanning the room with a practiced sense of suspicion, she was something else entirely. An outsider. He approached with forced politeness. "Ma'am, may I see your boarding pass and lounge invitation again?" Selena looked up, startled but composed. "Of course." She slid her documents across the table. Clearly printed. First class, seat 1A, flight 209 to London. Gregory examined them like evidence in a trial. He flipped the embossed lounge invitation, reading aloud, "Issued to Daniel Carter." "Yes," Selena replied, her tone even. "My husband. I'm traveling on his companion pass. He'll join me shortly. Our status was confirmed yesterday with your corporate liaison." Gregory smirked. He had already decided. Companion passes require the primary member to check in with you. I'll need you to wait outside until he arrives. It wasn't a request. It was a dismissal. Selena's jaw tightened. "That won't be necessary. I am a paying customer entitled to this lounge. Verify it with your liaison, or kindly allow me to continue my work." But Gregory had no intention of backing down. His pride stung. He nodded sharply to two security guards stationed by the doors. "She refuses to cooperate," he declared. The words were a trigger. Two large men in dark uniforms approached. "Ma'am, you need to come with us." The air in the lounge changed. Conversations hushed. A businessman paused mid-sip. A woman by the buffet froze. Phone half raised. "You can't be serious," Selena said, her voice low. But they were. A guard seized her arm. The touch wasn't violent, but it was demeaning, cold, dismissive. Gasps echoed as the guards pulled her up, dragging her toward the frosted glass doors. Her bracelet clinked against a watch, her silk sleeve wrinkled under their grip. Every sound, every humiliation, amplified in her mind. She saw Gregory's triumphant smirk. She saw strangers watching but doing nothing. And she felt the searing humiliation of being thrown out of the sanctuary she had every right to occupy. The doors closed behind her, leaving her standing in the chaos of the terminal, arm throbbing, composure shattered. She fumbled for her phone, not for the airline, not for the police, just one number. "Daniel," she whispered when he answered, her voice trembling. "You won't believe what just happened." Daniel Carter, billionaire CEO of Carter Global Logistics, was en route to a helipad when he took the call. He had just signed a $4 billion deal. His mind was on cargo ships, trade routes, and negotiations. But the sound of his wife's broken voice cut through everything. She told him everything. Gregory Mason, the interrogation, the guards, the dragging. Daniel didn't raise his voice. He didn't curse. He simply said, "Stay there. I'll handle it. But soon." The storm wasn't in his tone. It was in his silence. Within minutes, his Maybach pulled over at the helipad. Wind whipped at his coat as he stepped out, phone pressed to his ear. "Philip," he said to his CFO, "sell our entire stake in Ascendia Airlines. All of it. today. Daniel, that's $90 million. I said sell it. Now. His second call. Maria, terminate every contract with Ascendia. Rebook all travel on other carriers. Issue a statement. Effective immediately. Carter Global Logistics has ended all partnership with Ascendia due to irreconcilable failures in values and service. His empire moved like an extension of his will. In less than 10 minutes, he had triggered a corporate avalanche that would bury the airline alive. By the time he reached his wife at Terminal 4, the first tremors had already hit Wall Street. Ascendia's stock plummeted. Investors panicked. By evening, headlines blared. Carter Global dumps Ascendia. $300 million contract terminated. Daniel found Selena where she said she'd be, standing tall, though her hands still trembled. He took them in his, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "It's done. They'll regret touching you." But the story didn't end there. Weeks later, the fallout consumed Ascendia. Executives scrambled. The CEO begged for negotiations. Routes were cut. Thousands laid off. And desperate cost-saving measures slashed maintenance budgets. And then it happened. Flight 209, the very route Selena had been booked on that day, went down over the Atlantic. Wreckage confirmed what investigators later uncovered. Poor maintenance, missed inspections, a fracture overlooked by inexperienced contractors brought in after the layoffs. Selena's mentee, a brilliant 20-year-old student she had personally helped secure a fellowship, was on that flight. Her name was Aisha Malik. She was gone. The Carters' victory turned to ash. Daniel had crushed the airline, but in doing so, he had indirectly created the cracks that destroyed it. His vengeance had come full circle, claiming not just a corporation, but an innocent life tied to his wife's legacy. At home, triumph turned hollow. Selena drifted like a ghost, laughter gone, while Daniel, once unshakable, now doubted every move. One night, staring at Aisha's photograph, Selena whispered, "She trusted me." Daniel's voice cracked. "I wanted to protect you, but I burned too much." She met his eyes, grief hardening into resolve. "So what do we do now?" His hand gripped hers, cold but steady. "We carry it." The world remembered the billionaire who destroyed an airline. Only they knew the deeper truth, the unbearable cost of power. Like, share, and subscribe. Silence lets injustice win, but your voice makes justice unstoppable.